Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Daniel, you're muted. Yep, you're muted.
Oh no! I forgot to unmute myself. No, I did this.
You can only hear us.
Shoot. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say hi, everybody. I'm gonna say it again. Hi, everybody. That was a major. That was a major cock up. Woo! We're off to a good start already, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah. Hi. So.
Wait.
Most embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so red now, guys.
What did you call that, Daniel?
A major cock up.
That's what I thought you called
Bad
It's like a flamingo up, only much bigger. So so yeah. So as I said foolishly while my mic was muted, we're going to be playing through System Shock today. Got most of the team here with me, and we're going to be seeing which areas of the game we can improve, which areas we might want to change a little bit, see where we can pre-up the place a little bit. So let's go around and introduce ourselves. So I am Daniel. I am the level designer / I guess producer / busybody at Nightdive. And we've got Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
What do you do?
I'm the art lead.
Ooh. Jonathan.
Yo.
What is your name and what do you do?
You just said my name.
But what do you do?
I do a lot of stuff. I do art mostly, level design / lighting / prop / environment / whatever I'm told to do.
Fair enough.
He's our fixer.
Yep, he's John will fix it guy. You all know lovely Carly. Say hi, Carly.
Hi, everyone.
Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
What is it that you do?
I am the programmer on the team.
Cool.
He's the brains of this outfit.
I do everything that everybody else does not want to do, like all the technical stuff.
He makes things work.
Yeah, he does. He really does. And last but certainly not least, we've got Stephen. Say hi, Stephen.
Hello.
Hi. What is it that you do?
Yeah, what do you do around here, Steve?
I pay the bills.
He certainly does. Alright, so we are going to get straight into the game. I'm going to fire it up now. Hopefully there won't be any audio issues as we go through, but we're going to watch the introductory sequence first of all. So, starting the game up now. Intro's now playing. Obviously there will be a little bit of a delay while the guys watch it, but I'll let them watch it and they'll be able to talk about it and possibly make notes.
Is this the source port?
This is not. This is the current main branch on Steam.
Oh, alright.
Sorry.
There's no sound apparently of the game.
No sound?
It's just very low.
Yeah, it's quiet.
There,
like
but very low.
yeah, the volume on this, if I don't turn it down, would drown everybody out.
So we should just briefly talk about this intro. If we want to, I mean, this is a whole conversation all on its own, but there's been some discussion on whether or not we would want to make that first part playable to introduce some of the game mechanics, like you being the hacker in your room and getting into Tri-Optimum security system and having their special forces break in and basically black bag you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of elements to this intro, so it would be
There's a lot of
difficult.
pieces. There's a lot of pieces in this intro that you would not see if you were stuck in the first-person perspective the whole time.
Yes.
I really want us. I know it's not going to happen, but I want us to do like a blue shift version of System Shock where you play a security officer.
Yeah. Yeah, a blue shift version and an opposing force version where you play as one of the crew members that's been converted into a cyborg. So you're basically running missions for Shodan into
That's
the
cool.
events leading up to the original System Shock. Like that'd be,
You
Yeah.
could
So
end up in a Cortex Reaver.
Oh,
Yeah.
better yet, you could be one of the cyborgs that catches Bianca Schuler with the Icelandic chipset.
So yeah, if we want to, do we want to go through that again? We can watch it again, or we can just kind of crack on with the game. But yeah, there is a lot of information in that introductory sequence that we just kind of need to go through. Shall I play it again?
It's up to you. I think we could probably just hop into the game at this point.
All
Again,
right.
that's the intro and how we're going to handle that exactly is not completely nailed down yet. Like I said, we've got some ideas, but I guess we're going to have to find out what's going to be best for just the time frame that we have.
Hmm.
I know we've got some partners that can do some really amazing cinematic stuff in Unreal, so we might just want to try to emulate the style and everything from the intro, since it's a pretty iconic thing in the game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Gonna start a new game here. Gonna set the combat to 1. Gonna keep everything else at. I'm gonna set the puzzles to 1, cyberspace 1, plot 2. So none of the plot is kind of simplified or anything like that. But all right. Yeah.
Oh, do
Reminder
combat
to the
3. Come on.
chat. Reminder to chat that we're doing it at these levels because we still want to be able to discuss and study, but not get rid of it completely.
Were they talking about sound?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, the levels that you're putting at, like difficulty.
Right. All right. So we've got the kind of iconic, starting room at the beginning of the game. The hacker has awoken from his incubator and has found himself in the neurosurgery ward. If this is a ward, it probably is a ward. So do we have anything that we want to kind of say about this first area?
I think that the way that we introduced it in the Unity demo is how we're probably going to do it in the final version as well, where you're kind of waking up on that bed that would have been there that kind of slides out.
Yes.
And as you get up, it'll slide back in, and you'll kind of come to your senses, and your first cybernetic implants will start to boot up.
I think it would be fantastic if we can have a short sequence with you waking up inside it with all the robot arms moving away from you.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
So one thing I always wondered about with the intro, she controls the entire station. How does she not realize that you're in there being operated on?
Maybe she does realize.
Yeah, my idea was that perhaps this chamber is pretty small, and it seemed very specific towards like cybernetic implants. Like maybe it's a private room that Diego set up, and it's got some kind of like firewall around it to prevent anyone from knowing what's going on in there.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that Diego probably hid you intentionally before he converted to Showdown side.
I think, yeah, that could be a possibility. The one thing that I always used to go off when I was playing this game was just, you have been erased from Shodan's data files completely. She has no record of you even existing on board, so she won't know anything about you or about this kind of area being used. So
Hold on, because when you try to go and use the escape pods, she calls you her creator.
Interesting.
That's why we're playing through.
Maybe she's figured that out.
Someone in chat says, wasn't there a diary entry about it? He said he kept you secret to have an ace in case something goes wrong.
Yes, that is true. It's. I think we're going to be finding a lot of plot holes, small plot holes, as we go through this.
Yeah.
Well, that's not to say that she couldn't like learn about you as
Yeah, exactly.
time goes on.
Yeah, that is true. She will observe you through the
Showdown's
cameras
not
and see
too
what
bad.
you're up to. So yeah, in this first area, you have your first pickup, and the game kind of teaches you there's a thing here to pick up. So yeah, Medipatch got.
Third player has a good point that Diego did audio logs about the hacker, and Showdown could easily have listened in.
Yeah, that's true. You can't leave this area. You need STD access level required. So you have to. What?
You don't know what that acronym stands for? Never mind.
Oh, that. Yes, but yeah.
Standard, right?
Standard, yes. That's what it stands for, right?
You can immediately see a difference in the how we're updating the art, because we've got like a couple of crates and some shelves and stuff in here, as
Yeah.
opposed to everything just thrown on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Things belong on the floor, though.
So,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'd like to, just real quick, I'd like to ask chat, like, what were your thoughts on the Unity demo? Like, when you picked up some of these really important items for the first time, and you had a little bit of animation or some character to it, just so that you could kind of better understand what it was that you were equipping and how it was going to work. And not only that, but it kind of gave some character to the hacker. Like, did everybody like that? I think the general consensus on the team was that it was a nice touch, but some of the animations may have been a bit too long.
They were far too long.
Really? I disagree. I thought they were perfect because it gave you time to read the text at the bottom, and you kind of got it. You got a really good look at the item that you were plugging in your head. Because
Maybe
to be
I
fair,
feel
if I was plugging something in my head, I'd like to get a good look at it before I plug it in my head. So
I feel like
he
it's too long because I've run through that demo about 50 times taking screenshots. So
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say it didn't seem too long if it was just one item, but especially in the closet, the first closet, you pick up
There's a
so many
bunch.
items. Yeah.
I can see it
Yeah.
for like the first time you do something as a specialty animation, but moving
I
on
mean,
after that.
yeah, I mean, every time you find a new gun, like the one thing that kind of annoys me about first-person shooters is like you find a new gun, you instantly know how to pick it up, you know how to hold it, you know how to shoot it, and you know how to reload it. But with
Suspension of disbelief.
but with the Unity demo, it felt a bit more personal. Like, oh, I found a gun, I'm going to pick this up, and pick this up, and I'm going to look at it like, ooh, this does things. This
But
looks
if we
kind
do
of
that
nice.
every single time,
Well, it
people would
wouldn't
get
be.
so annoyed.
No, it wouldn't be every single time you picked up that exact same weapon, but it would be
it would
every
just
time
be
you
the
find a
first
new
time
weapon.
you pick up a new gun.
Every
Yeah.
time you find an item, like a brand new item, it would. I feel like I've heard plenty of people complain in past games that it's like you slow down the flow of the game to do an animation like that, and it gets kind of obnoxious.
I think with a game like this that already has a very slow pace, if it's only the first time you pick up an item of a certain type, so like if you pick up a patch, like a medical patch or any of the different kind of patches, you'll get an animation the very first time, but picking them up from then on won't play anything, even if it's a
Right.
different kind of patch.
Because you have to explain to the player what an item is, because if you don't, then they're going to have to go, well, what does that item do? I've got no idea. And then
We
they
can
either
also
have to
keep
pause the
animations
game
down
or they
to
have to
short.
look up what that item is,
Well,
Alright,
you could
let's
go a
move
step
on.
further with it, though. Like, you could. Oh, man, I chimed in at the wrong time, but I gotta say.
No, go for it, Jonathan.
I mean, you could have him pick up, like, maybe the first time he finds the plasma rifle, because he's such a dweeb, he doesn't even know how to use a gun. Like, he picks it up and immediately, like, launches a ball of plasma somewhere when he doesn't want to. Something like that, just to kind of add some believability to it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, that does make sense.
Obi-Wan hands Luke Skywalker the lightsaber the first time, and he takes it and he looks like right down the barrel of it. And he's like,
in Hotline 666 has, a good point. Like, System Shock 1 is a very slow-paced game by nature. When you're first playing through it, it's not Doom in its pace. We are allowed to take some time with things. At least
Right.
in my
Yes.
opinion.
There was a couple inconsistencies, though, like with the original game. Some items were randomized, and so it wasn't always like this cinematic moment, like because
Yeah.
you could sometimes find the trank gun early on or sometimes a little bit later on. And then there's also the problem where, like, if you find something in a crate or something, because of the way the inventory system works. So, like, we'd have to make sure that we put them all on the ground, these special items, so that you don't have to have some weird thing where you have to close the crate and then suddenly you're playing an animation. Just making sure to get all the technical inconsistencies out in the open.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
All right, I'm going to quickly move on here because got to move on. So we've got a systems analyzer which will tell the player everything about the ship, the station, sorry, in its current its current status, really. So it'll tell you if the shields are charged up, it'll tell you about the groves, tell you about the overall security of the level that you're on. That's something we want to keep, isn't it?
Well, it's integral to the story. I mean, the hacker developed the systems analyzer before he went to sleep, or she.
Yeah.
Kind of androgynous, isn't he?
It's just the hacker.
Yeah, it is just the hacker, literally, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, navigation and mapping unit. That'll give us a compass at the beginning, so we know which way we're facing. Good old pipe. Sorry?
Do we want to give some freedom like the original does, where you don't really have to pick up any of this stuff except for the standard access card to leave medical?
Could do.
We can. I mean, you could always come back. I don't think there's any way you can actually trap yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, you either know the 451 code at the beginning, and plus you tend to find data readers around the station anyway, so even if you did completely walk off and miss this one in the briefcase, there is one in level 2, and I think there's another one dotted around somewhere, but you have more than one opportunity to pick these things up, so...
Okay. Well, yes. I don't... Yeah, you won't... You're not even able to leave the 451 door without getting the media reader anyways, because you need to get that code from the audio log, right?
Unless you already know the code.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Peter.
And who doesn't know the code by this point? I mean,
there is the option of spreading these things out across the next few rooms if we wanted to.
We did that a little bit in the Unity demo.
Right.
Yeah, one of the audio logs we put further on in the level. Also, I mean, we'd also played around with putting the code like written on one of the walls or on the desk.
Matt, what do you think about adding randomized codes on harder difficulties?
That'd be cool. I always like the thought of that. I mean, it is interesting to have each playthrough be slightly unique. And if we gated that to the higher difficulties, that might be acceptable.
I'm a fan of random codes.
I feel like it would be good for speedrunners to not know the codes already.
Alright, so gonna move on. You look in the briefcase and you find the multimedia data reader, which as soon as you install that, you get an email from our good friend Rebecca Lansing, who is British, so we have to keep that for this game.
We've got 3 Brits on the team now, so...
That's true.
That's
you
quite
can
a few.
overtake us, huh?
Right, gonna play the first Rebecca log now.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called Shodan. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
So that beginning email that email you get from Rebecca pretty much tells you everything you need to know straight away. She knows who you are. She knows what the problem is. She knows where you need to go. She knows who you need to find. She knows your past history and says, you'll get a pardon if you pull this off. We don't really want to change any of that, I don't think, do we?
No.
I don't see a need to.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Right, okay then. Gonna take my audio log. Well, it's not an audio log, but basically a note from myself saying, looks like Diego's happy with my work. They're firing up the sleep regime for me now. Gotta admit, when the guns from Triup caught me, I thought they'd take me offline. Instead, Diego just asks for a favour, hack him in Showdown, and all is forgiven. Plus 6 months in the healing coma earns me a Cyberjack interface even Triup execs couldn't swing. I'll be the king of the net with a capital N. Even so, I have just handed the most powerful AI in the system to a fumbling core VP, and there's no telling what'll happen. They tell me the coma leaves you foggy, so I'll leave myself some reminders. First off, the combo to the healing suite is 451. Secondly, I stashed some useful stuff in the maintenance hatch under the grating north of the healing suite. Last and best, I finished the system analyzer, which will help me keep an eye on Showdown's processors. It's in the storage closet outside the sleep machine. In 10 years, it's off to bed for half a year. Good night.
It's a nice letter to yourself.
It is, pretty much.
Good night.
Dear
Good
me. Have a
Nighty
nice-
night.
I like how he titles it "Just Rewards" as well.
Mm.
Little full of himself, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well,
He's kind of like cocky, right? I mean,
yeah.
he hacked into Trioptimum, which was no small feat.
This room's
Nope.
a good immediate example of how we are changing the rooms slightly, but keeping them virtually the same shape. Where we've pushed that back wall back a little bit, we've added a couple of beds in here, and just basically trying to make the rooms look like they're used for things.
This is probably terrible to bring up, but the hacker kind of reminds me of that latest thing that happened with that woman who was getting that internship for NASA.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he ended up insulting Homer Hickman.
Yes.
Oh no.
That is
Homer
a,
Hickam, yep.
that is a
And
joke going
NASA's
around.
like, "Yep, nope, you're done. Sorry."
Didn't she tell him to suck her dick and balls on Twitter?
Yes. Do we really want to have this
Wow.
conversation? Do we really want to have this conversation while we're
Well,
on the
he
internet?
actually tracked her down and has offered to get her a better job than the one she was originally going to get.
Yeah, we'll see
Wow.
how far that goes, though.
Yeah, you can't say that kind of stuff. I mean, I can because I'm here, but she can't.
Wow. All right, so we walk into the healing suite. We've got the surgery bed pretty much straight in front of us. A very unique looking item. Click on it, it does things. Attack it, you'll blow it up. So don't attack it. And then you get attacked by the serve bots. There's about 3 of them in this area. Don't really see any need for changes in this area.
Well,
Clearly-
you can blow up the surgery machine.
You can, yeah. If I whack this with a pipe enough, it'll blow up.
That's
If you
awesome.
whack anything enough with a pipe, it might blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're going to have to add some exploding features to the
Yes.
surgery machines.
Yep. And we kind of, as soon as you step out here, you can see that big healing suite text on the wall, so you kind of know where you are, because you'll get an email from Showdown pretty shortly telling you exactly where you are. So, yeah. So, are you going to say something? No? Okay.
Was who gonna say what?
Chris. I thought Chris was
Oh.
going to say something.
No.
Okay, fine. And we get our first encounter with a camera here. So, guys, any thoughts on cameras and stuff?
I definitely want them to be like System Shock 2. I know we're probably not going to do it, but I want that alert system because it's just goofy that she's just going to watch you run around destroying all her stuff. And
That's
like, you know,
something. Yeah, that's something I always wanted to add. I'm always reserved because everybody has a different opinion, and I'd rather just go with what the majority thinks is correct. But yeah, it does seem like cameras would be a lot cooler if they could do an alert style system.
We should try to think of a. Yeah, I agree with making them easier to hit. We should do. We should have a good think about how to implement an alert system without making it just like drag loads of enemies to you.
Yeah.
We could make it a bit more interesting. Have it
Yeah,
actually
for sure.
lock doors and stuff like that.
Right. Well, like that's again a system that we were thinking about, several times through the course of the project, was like that there could be doors that close and then just a couple enemies come for you. Of course, in System Shock 2, it was based on the difficulty level, how long the alert system lasted for, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, System Shock 2 had ways to shut the alerts down using the
Terminals,
computers you could hack into, whereas we'll have to have our own system for doing that. Either you just destroy the camera and then wait a little bit, or something else. But
Here's
I
an idea.
imagine she wouldn't initially consider you a risk, so the cameras shouldn't set off like in the first few rooms anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But think about it this way: all the COM ports that you find everywhere on the station, especially on medical, you could just hack into those and disable the alarm system from that. I mean, you're supposed to be a master hacker if you can hack
That's
into
true.
the station.
Although, do they really? They don't need to have an alert. She can still be looking through them. It's like if you don't smash a camera, we can just have the AI know where you are, whenever you're in view of a camera.
Hmm.
And
That
not
would
tell
give
the
more
player
meaning
why,
to the
that would be
security
great.
level too.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, John.
Well, yeah, I was saying it would give more meaning to the security level of a particular area as well. Like if it's not secure, as in it has no security level anymore, then it's not going to have as many things out there looking for you, and you don't have to worry about being as attacked as much as you would if it's full security and there's cameras watching everything you do.
One thing that we probably will keep though is the security level. So if I destroy this, it should knock it down to about 98%. Yeah. That's something we'll definitely want to keep. Because that's pretty integral to how System Shock works. You lower the security level in order to gain access to new areas.
I think having the camera see you and then locking the doors to the player is a good middle ground.
Well,
So you'd have to destroy the camera in the room to get the doors to unlock again. It would be a little bit gamey, but there are a lot of gamey features in System Shock.
yeah. So, kind of thinking back to what was said, having the cameras not pay any attention to their hacker and then pay attention, maybe that might be confusing game mechanics, and that might confuse the player a little bit. They might say, well, those cameras didn't bother me, but those cameras do. Would that be a bit confusing?
Telegraph it somehow. We'd have
Yeah.
to give a clear idea of what's going on.
Yep.
But since we have the opportunity of adding new audio, new dialogue, we could explain it that way.
Questions are coming in thick and fast on the.
Oh yeah, so maybe add some security levels tied to some terminals. One thing, one thing I also thought of was that, this isn't really answering the question, but was like some of the puzzles would also lower security. I was thinking, just to add a little bit more of mechanics surrounding security. But
we could have cameras added. If you get spotted by cameras, they could add a temporary raise to the security level.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's true.
That's possible.
honestly, I wanted to push a lot of the mechanics in the game a bit further too, like especially with the cyborg conversion chambers. Like, there's the log talking about how the guy went ahead and disconnected the medical CPU nodes so that you could flip a switch and put them back to where they were. But what if you don't destroy the nodes? The first time you flip the switch, you get healed, but then she realizes, oh, that's not supposed to happen, and flips it right back.
You'd have to make a good job of telling that to the player, because they'll probably get killed again, and they'll go, well, I was restored last time, why am I not restored this time? So again, we've got to be very clear on that. If we
everything is about clearly explaining to the player what has happened.
Yep. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna read what Andre just said. He says, "Alert system doors close. Healing pods and regeneration stations don't work for a limited time, and a few enemies are sent to you, or you have it so that she can see your location. Shodan plays a trick on you. Also, base it on some percentage of how you've been seen, heard, and with the camera's cone of visibility. So if you sneak around the cone, the security level does not go up."
Hmm. I have a feeling that disabling the restoration bays while you're in combat kind of defeats the purpose of the restoration bays.
We could just have it stopping you from hacking things in general if she knows where you are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clever things that we can do, but I think
Yeah.
we should probably move on because of.
Yeah,
we
we're
need to get through.
we're half an hour in and we haven't even left the first room, guys.
Well, that's why I said I think it's going to take a little longer than projected.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a big undertaking.
Oh yes, absolutely. Moving on. We get this room has really everything the player kind of needs to understand their environment, the environment that's ahead of them. So you have the healing chamber. You have now a crate, which it says double click to search the crate. So it gives you fragmentation grenades. So you've got something to kind of practice with and throw. But not only that, you've got an energy charge station here. So you learn not only how to heal, but to how to gain your power back, how to throw some items. And you also get a gun here as well, the dart gun. I don't know if this is a bit early to give the player a gun, but because there are no range enemies for a little bit yet, but there are cameras you have to kind of destroy. So how do we feel about that?
We moved the dart gun in the Unity demo. I know that, or I
Yeah.
mean, we
You
just
did,
didn't even
but-
have it in there.
Does the dart gun always spawn there?
The dart gun always spawns here, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because we moved that in the Unity demo. That was not there. Yeah.
I like the gun.
I mean, if we put the dart gun in there, but with very limited ammo.
Well, that's the thing. It already spawns with limited ammo. You get maybe
Yeah.
like 7 rounds to start off with, and it takes like 4 or 5 to kill a mutant with it.
Yeah, you get 7 rounds, and the game also gives you a clip as well, so you're kind of not starved for ammo right at the beginning. But the spawns in this game are kind of random, so we might have to limit the spawns if we want to limit the amount of ammo the player gets to sort of create a feeling of, vulnerability or scarcity, that kind of thing.
Well, the main reason we removed it in the Unity demo was just to kind of meter things out a little bit more, have it at a better pace, because you get the spark beam just a room later, basically, in the main hallway.
Yeah, that's true. First sign of a human corpse here to, I guess, indicate that, stuff is horribly wrong. But we don't really need to worry about that because this area is just coated in blood and guts. Another camera, whack.
When we first walk into the healing suite, I want there to be a serve bot digging through the guts of that corpse.
Yeah.
I would love it
Ew.
for the serve bot to literally be. I'd love it if they collected the pieces of the dead people and put them in their little container.
Wow.
A dream I always had was having the repair bots on walls, soldering walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little repair bots that we made. Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be fantastic if we could get little repair bots to come out of the walls and grab pieces and carry them off to the cyborg base to make new cyborgs.
Nice. Yeah, you could see a very specific part of something on the floor. You just kind of see this pincer reach out and grab it before you can do anything with it, and then later you'll see that part on a specific cyborg, and you go, ooh.
Jesus, you guys are really trying to channel Virus, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Virus the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, the movie.
Yes, I remember that movie.
We should have a stream night with that movie so we could just rip it off.
Oh man,
Wow.
would it surprise anybody to say that I haven't seen that film?
Nope.
No,
Not surprised.
of course,
I haven't seen anything.
no.
The movie
0%
itself is
surprise.
pretty bad, but just watch the clips on YouTube. You'll see everything you need to see.
How dare you, sir? It is a
That's
masterpiece
sacrilege.
of
I don't-
film.
I'll admit something. I only got around to seeing The Matrix last week, like the first one.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
I know. I'm so bad at
That-
movies. Sorry.
Somebody get Steve a defibrillator.
Okay, moving on. So as soon as you step up to this door, you get an email from Shodan basically saying, "Welcome to Citadel Station." I'm gonna play it now.
bing, boom, boom.
Hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072.
I like how we had these playing over the PA system.
Healing suites
Mm.
located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratory.
I didn't, but we'll come on to that in a minute.
And the storage cells are on level 4. The flight
Yeah, they kind of feel like a PA system even in the original, though.
holds
But
and executive suites.
I just think it sounds more ominous.
Systems engineer.
The sound design.
Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is
yeah, I agree. The one technical difference is that you can't go back and play them again.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it's a little bit weird.
And this kind of email I considered very important because it essentially tells you where everything is. So you know where the flight deck is, you know where the storage cells are, you know where the security level is, and you can't go back and replay that, which if you are lost is like a kind of, not good. But you can go back and play the email whenever you like. So that's
What's
that's
actually
the primary reason I didn't like it.
What's actually fascinating about that email is that even though she's freed herself with her ethical constraints due to your actions, she still has to send you an automated greeting and tries to do it as like normal as she can, given how crazy she sounds.
Well, I just considered because it was pre-recorded, she kind of has a pre-record face, or just like one that they kind of use as stock. So, yeah.
Right, there's gonna be a stock footage website for Shodan, where it just says stock on all of it.
Okay, we got our first serious audio log here from, I think it's David Honig? Yeah. So, yeah, he basically says that there's no hope, and he talks about the CPU nodes and the cameras and what to do. So by this point, yeah, the player has now listened to that audio log and they know, okay, I need to destroy the cameras and the CPU nodes in order to regain control of the station. And if they look around from this position, they will find the two cameras in the area. So, yeah, the player pretty much in this room has got all the information they need to at least do this starting level and be effective. Would we all agree on that?
Mm.
Cool. So, yeah, 451. And as soon as we open this door, there is a mutant right in our face, and he's now walking away from me. That's disappointing. Oh no, he's coming back. Yeah, he's decided he's gone. I normally attack, but he's walked through the door and he's left. All right, fine
Yep.
then.
In the Unity demo, we had him banging on the wall, and it would be scripted to come in after you. His AI would aggro you.
In the Icebreaker manual, it actually mentions that loss of intelligence is one of the side effects of that particular virus he's affected with.
Yeah.
So, kind of explains why he's a little dumb. Dumb, but
Okay.
incredibly violent and childlike.
Yep.
So must resist political jokes.
Yeah, as much as
just-
you might want to, it's inappropriate.
say the
for
word.
this.
Just say it. Get
No,
it out
I
of your
can't.
system.
Inappropriate. I am community manager. I say stop. Beep boop beep boop.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
These walls are so interesting.
Yeah, they're weird. They're paneling.
Well, it's gonna be fun getting. I mean, I really like how they look in the new art right now, but they're gonna look a lot better once we get all the damage and stuff and things hanging out. We need to do these padding walls. We don't have those yet. The walls with the big pieces of padding in them.
Yeah. So, yeah, from here, the player has kind of multiple places they can go. They can either go to Pipe World, or they can just explore the rest of the ship. They'll find that storage 3 is locked. They'll need Group 1 access level. Go through here. The very upset Serbot. And we find the group access card, which we'll need not only for that storage door, but for kind of some other doors as well.
I love the colors.
Yeah, very colourful game, isn't it?
So pretty.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
Audio log from Myra Stackhouse. Basically saying Gunther was killed, it's her husband, and just explaining more about what Honig was talking about. How the CPU nodes and all that stuff are connected.
Hey! What are you doing? You can't leave that room without taking her head with you.
What? That's... Where?
Go
Where's
get the
it?
head. Go get the head.
Oh, that head. Alright, okay.
Yeah, her head's up in the top there. It's where
Okay.
Chris put a red light in the remake.
I'm totally gonna have the silhouette of that head in the shadow.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
You can grab it from there? I didn't know that.
The player has exceptionally long arms in this game.
It's part of the
Long
cybernetic enhancement, I assume. Like the
yeah.
telescopic arms.
The player has a tractor beam, that's why.
Oh.
Oh, I like telescopic arms. I was gonna get Deep Chrome to draw it.
Yep,
Go
storage.
graduate arms.
You know, interestingly enough, somebody in chat, Hawkland666, mentions that he loves the PC version portraits, but he hates the Mac ones. But they're the exact same art, just one of them is downscaled and the other one's not.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
The source port, I think it's already in the latest beta, but you can actually switch between them in the options.
You can. We just left it on Mac by default because they look nicer. At least to us, anyway.
Hopland, there will be manfling in the remake.
So, yeah. Found a few items. Got a good kind of base on where we are. Let's go this way. There's some mutants over there. Don't know why this mutant is stood on this table, but
Dance.
Head in the wall too.
Interestingly, this guy can't actually get to you.
No, he can't. I don't know why they did that, but
You bully.
I don't think they realized.
no.
What would you call this room?
I don't know.
I always thought it was some kind of like analysis room, like you put something on the table and
Yeah, there are
study it
test.
with all these computers.
There are
This is
test
where I
tubes
would
and microscopes
Like to
around.
have the body on that table, and you actually rip the interface out of his head.
Oh yeah, the
Everyone's just calling it the lab.
Okay, let's call it the lab.
yeah, you get the multi-view unit from a corpse that I guess is lying on this table. That'd be really cool.
What's the thing called? Multi-view. Sense around. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh, this
you.
is my favorite plugin.
Yeah, you get the review mirror.
Have any other games actually done anything like that?
Not that I know of. Doing it today, like I don't
I love
know. Yeah, it's great. Like, wouldn't it kill a renderer though? Like to have to render the game twice.
Look at how frequently it updates.
Well, yeah, but when you get later versions of the software, not only does it become a completely smooth image, but you also get wing mirrors. Like you get this panel, this panel here where I'm showing like the multimedia data reader, the logs window, and where I have the automap open, they all
Well,
become the sensor around things.
One of my ideas for the sensor round system was to have it control a drone instead, so that you can place the drone wherever you want to watch an area and have the video footage on one of the corners of your display. Like,
That's a cool idea.
That is
Oh.
actually a really cool idea.
Well, what even cooler is that the sensor round 3 upgrades, so that would really...
one of the upgrades would be a drone.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody write that idea down in the notes. I didn't hear it.
On it.
Thank you.
I
In
already
terms of performance, Chris, like you were talking about performance with that.
Mhm.
Having played the original on a DOS level machine that was running Windows 95 at the time, again, Pentium 166 megahertz processor, no GPU at all. It ran like crap when you got to the third version with the 3 windows on it. I had to turn those off just to have the solid frame
Well,
rate.
a lot of Unreal's performance is due to resolution anyway. So if we've got a small display, we're not drawing it every frame, say like every 3 frames, and it's not hugely high resolution. We can put some filters over it and stuff. We could get it running really quickly. It shouldn't impact performance too badly.
Fair enough. You mentioned the drone. I immediately thought of Terra Nova because you can do stuff like that
Yes.
in Terra Nova.
I
Send
love that
drones.
game.
Yeah, it's so good. Send drone that way. Go
I actually
drone.
I was thinking Deus Ex personally when you get the spy drone in your head.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, that's really cool. All right, yeah. Gonna move on now. So another audio log from Althea, basically saying there's a human resistance around and they're holding up and they're just kind of describing their situation at the moment.
I like her sweet sweatband.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's like totally 60s, but it could also be like 2060, you know?
Oh my god.
I always saw her as like a female Rambo with the headband.
Oh my god.
20xdx.
But
Rambo?
plot spoiler: you find her head in the grove.
Oh no.
Begone, mutant. And you're not looking, so wallop.
Actually, even better, the person she's named after is Austin Grossman.
Yes.
I guess they just changed his first name.
Yep. And we've got our first hidden door here with some grenades.
Someone called her a space hippie.
Space hippie.
We're going to
Space
be...
Oh, I
gonna
did not
be-
know about that door.
Oh...
Uh-oh.
Well,
Really?
luckily for you, it's in the BSP, so you don't need to worry.
I honestly didn't know about that door. Is there anything to give it away?
No, nothing.
Yeah, there's a blue panel around it.
Well, you can't really see it because it's in the dark. This is kind of a hard one to spot, but yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember when I was
See, I
asking
knew
for
about the other one
doors,
'cause it's
someone sent
open.
that door.
yeah.
Try turning the lights on first.
I did. There are no lights in this area, and I don't have the head lantern yet.
Interesting.
Someone's asking what's BSP if you want to explain.
BSP.
Binary space partition.
Yeah.
I can't speak for the rest of Nightdive, but I am definitely a space hippie.
Oh yeah, we're all space hippies.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Dude.
So
Like,
these
oh my god, dude.
these secret doors, we're going to build them to look similar to the tiles around them, but have like a small area that you can break off or like peel back, and that's where you'll be able to access the button to open it. But that's our current plan.
Yeah. That's a normal hidden door. Yeah. Well, at least with this texture anyway. Got the blue thing around it, so you can kind of see it.
Don't feel too bad, Chris. I actually caught a couple of hidden doors that Daniel didn't find either.
Yeah, that's true. I missed one on the
my.
maintenance level that I had no
Wow.
idea was there. So yeah,
Unbelievable.
It just goes to show.
I bet you felt like a hidden dork.
Ah! Wow.
Ah.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm gonna walk away from this.
Yep. I quit.
Yep. Another audio log. The game's throwing story at us at this point. Abe Gearan, yeah. Basically
Stories and limbs.
saying there are survivors, join us. And yeah, many severed arms and people around. We get to the first kind of interesting place, so we try and go in here and we learn that it's locked in cyberspace, so we're kind of like, what's cyberspace? We have no idea what cyberspace is at this point.
That doesn't really look like a door that should be locked using cyberspace.
Yeah, only with interacting it do you...
Comparing it to the rest of the area that it's in, it's very... looks much lower tech.
There's a whole load of cool machines here that you can't do anything with. No X-ray machine. Yeah, but yeah, first papers here, kind of explaining what these things are that we're about to kind of interact with. So, as I feared, Shodan's malfunction are manifesting in Citadel's cyberspace net. Several storage lockers and rooms have been sealed, only with their controls put on cyber toggles, only accessible in cyberspace. Also, some codes.
Toggles.
Cyber toggles. Also, some codes to sensitive areas on the station have been encoded onto loose data fragments. Although all station personnel capable of entering cyberspace have clearance for those codes, I'm very concerned about the potential security hazard. I'll try to have Shodan introduce defensive programs into cyberspace to keep potential intruders from the floating data and cyber toggles. So now we know that there is something called cyberspace, and there are things going to try and eat us if we go in cyberspace. So here we go.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
So yes, cyberspace. It is a floaty place.
Dear Lord, it's beautiful.
It's and you can play Conway's Game of Life by shooting the panels. Oh, but I don't have anything to shoot yet. Woo!
I
love how
forgot
the-
that you could do that.
Yeah, where is it? I've got recall, new data objects, and pulsar, right? So now I can shoot stuff. So, yeah, it's Conrad's or Conway's Game of Life. Shoot the tile, the pattern on the floor will change and expand and do stuff like
That's
you're about to see. Yeah.
I just love how the data fragments have like a seizure when you're looking at them.
Yeah, they're not. I don't know why they behave so erratically, but
I think
do.
our current plan is to change cyberspace quite significantly.
It's gonna be interesting.
We should just make it Forsaken. The game's already done. We'll just
There we
We'll
go.
just put that in there, just a Forsaken mod.
Give it a new paint job on it, and it's good to go.
Cyber Doggo. There we go.
Hey, Daniel,
Yes.
when you get to the end of this area, like the very end of this particular part of cyberspace, don't leave, and I'll show you something cool.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, I'm excited now.
I am. So yeah, lots of stuff. Decoy. New data object again. Tri-Optimum Fun Pack module. Ping game software. More recall stuff.
I like the way they put big arrows in.
Everyone in chat agrees it's basically Forsaken, so might as well do it.
Cyber Shield or Sea Shield. Just the coolest aspect of this is when the enemies fire at you, you can deflect their projectiles. That's really cool. So here's our cyber toggle.
You can't hit him, I don't think. Until he moves. There you go.
Yeah.
The hitboxes for some of those objects are incredibly large.
Mm-hmm. Pulsar version 2, so I can pew pew better.
Okay, so the thing you need to see, see that red room over there?
Yeah.
Click on that green object in the distance.
Data violation.
Yeah, that's one of the things they cut out of the game, including the tractor beam. But it's still there, oddly enough.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I see all these things floating around. I never actually knew that you could click on that. Yeah.
As long as the if you were to click on where the partitions are lighting up, it'll tell you it's a partition. But if you click through it when it's not visible, then you can actually see what's beyond it.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. It kind of looks like a sword. Green sword. That's cool. Anything else in this area? Do we want to talk about cyberspace a bit more? Should I just leave?
I don't think you could ever leave cyberspace, Daniel.
Once you're here forever.
At least for another 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yeah. Do we want to talk any more about cyberspace? Are we ready to discuss cyberspace?
I think we need to discuss it more with Rob, and we also need to do
Yeah.
some R&D in the Unreal Engine to see just what we can pull off in terms of some weird and interesting shader stuff.
Yeah, because I think it's mostly going to just come down to the visual look of it, but it's
Yeah.
going to be mostly unchanged. But again, visually, it's going to be more readable, so that you'll know.
I still want you to be able to see through the walls and see rooms like behind the rooms you're looking at.
Yeah, but instead of like
Nice to be able to actually read where the walls are. That would be good.
yeah, instead of like 0% opacity, maybe it can be like 75% or something.
Hmm.
All right. Can't forget the medical access card that's hidden here. So now, yeah, we've got access to the mag pulse, which is incredibly powerful against machinery, but you only have 8 shots, and you don't get any ammo for it for a good while, which is kind of cruel.
That is cruel.
Little attempted jump scare there, put the mutant in the corner where you can't see him.
This little room under the floor is going to be fun because I like the material, the texture they use on the floor with all the red lines.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to have this, since it's under the floor, we should have all cables and things that are running out of one wall, all in like piles on the floor and into other walls with blinking lights and stuff on them. That's how I perceive this area anyway.
Yeah.
Cables and little computer-y things and stuff.
I think this is the stash that the hacker creates. This is north of the healing suite, technically, so I think this is the place. The game kind of throws something interesting at you here because it gives you a duplicate of a gun you might already have. So you can pick it up and you're like, oh, I've got 2 guns now. Which is, I guess at the time, wasn't really thought of as a thing you could do.
Yeah, we should make it hold. We should make him be able to hold 2 guns at once and run around in akimbo.
Kind of a plot hole, don't you think, that all that stuff just stays there untouched for 6 months?
Well, yeah. But I guess if there's no one else left alive.
There's so many games like that, though. Like, every game has a plot hole.
Well, what we can do is we can, if we have these things in a concealed place that you have to actually open up, then it makes more sense that it hasn't been touched. Like, we could put it under a panel on the floor that the player has to open. If we get the player used to going up to anything with a green light on and attempting to open it, then we can hide things all over the place.
Yeah.
That was something clever they did in Borderlands. They put the same green light on every single openable crate.
And yeah, that was something I was pushing for in the Unity. Was just having it so that you have that interaction language, and then you can.
That means that you don't need to you can like use fresh things all over the place for people to open up, as long as you use that same one interactable.
One sec, guys. One sec.
It also means that you can put them in the dark too, and not have them like.
That's
have to
right.
search
Yeah.
all over the place.
That's a really good point.
Gotta turn some lights on because it's getting dark.
There was a really old game. We were talking about the Inspiring Descent. There's a really old game that was very similar to Descent, and I cannot remember what it was called.
Fury 3?
No, it's not Fury 3 because I had that one as well.
Forsaken.
It's not Forsaken.
Fury 3 was so cool. I love that game.
Did you play Terminal Velocity? That was the game that came before Fury 3.
No, I didn't.
I know it.
That was Apogee, wasn't it?
It was Interplay, I'm pretty sure.
Someone says Warhawk.
Warhawk.
Guess not.
There's a game from around the same time as Descent that I played, and I cannot find it anywhere, and it had 6 Degrees of Freedom, and I cannot remember its name.
Oh. So we get to this point, and this is the kind of first encounter with a ranged enemy. This guy here, who's a terrible shot.
Don't be rude.
The
That's his bad.
aren't the range? They're like totally hit scan, aren't they?
I don't think so. Maybe the projectile ones are, but
Are you talking about the cyborg drones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're hit scan unless they throw a frag grenade at you.
but like I can't remember the last time a drone did that. It's incredibly rare for it to happen.
I think it happens more often on Combat 3 and when you engage them at a certain distance.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like the cyborg assassins. They'll switch between shooting you with their sniper rifle or their shurikens.
Yes.
Cyborg enforcers will randomly throw EMP grenades at you. That's obnoxious as hell. I hate that
Yeah. Yeah.
because they already hit like a truck, and then
Mhm.
then they start making your vision go all crazy, and you can't even hit the damn thing.
Well, what I always found was a shame with those enemies that they've got that huge, great claw that they could easily kind of like throw across the room, grab you, and like fling you around, and they don't ever use it. It's such a
What do you
shame.
think they are, Inspector Gadget?
Yes, they have.
Didn't we already have this conversation?
Yeah, we did.
Huh.
So, yeah, we try and use that energy station. This is the first time well, it could be the first time, but this is one of those times where it's blocked by showdown level security. So, player gets to know at this point, I need to load the security level if I want to use all these cool things that are located around the station. What's the goodies here? Looks like I got a good roll.
I like that you could pick up duplicate weapons,
Yes.
and you can unload the ones that you don't want, so you can save the ammo.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing to do. Nepian asks if System Shock could be called a Metroidvania, and it definitely can. And
Yeah.
the interesting thing about it is it came out before, or it was in development before Super Metroid. So I believe it's credited with being the first Metroidvania game, even though the games that's named after came later.
That's interesting, actually.
Probably.
So, yeah.
You know, Daniel, that lean you just did,
Yeah.
you can actually use that to lean into radioactive areas, grab stuff, and then not even get damaged at all.
Yes.
I love the amount of different leaning positions you can do in this game.
And you have 3 levels of crouch.
Yeah, I'd love it if
question
there
is
was a
always
way that we
keep
could
that.
a way we could keep that without making it really ridiculous.
This is always a hot topic.
Just gonna sit, do some crunches for a while. Just left, right, left.
Yeah.
We
You
should
know,
definitely have that little guy in the little box.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks like he's being slammed against the wall. What?
What was that
Squat.
game called? There was an arcade game that had like leaning that you had to, it was like a police game. I think it was like Police 911 or something, where you had to actively move your body to avoid being shot. Can't
Time-
remember
Oh
what
my
it's
god, I
called.
love that game.
Virtual Cop?
No,
Maybe?
no, I'm pretty sure it was Police 911. I think that's
Oh.
what it was called. And like you had to like, it tracked your body's movement so you could hide behind like objects and whatnot in the world and take cover. I remember playing that one time back in 2005, and I walked away with like, I couldn't actually even walk because my thighs hurt so bad.
Gotta up your squat game, man.
Yep. So we've
I can
got
squat for days.
So we've got a hidden elevator here that doesn't really look like a hidden elevator at all, but
Can't use the light.
he died in a cool place actually because the everything in the world, not just the player, is affected by gravity. I say that and it doesn't happen. Marvelous, thanks game. Let me down.
Gee.
It's a really weird place to put a switch.
Yeah, it is.
And then this is like you're essentially floating, right?
Yep.
This is how every workstation should be. Just
There's a
floating
camera
in a cube.
on the wall there, by the way.
Sorry?
There's like 4 of them. Yeah.
Four of them.
Yeah, there
I
are.
mean, a camera. Yeah, camera displays like all over the place. Watching other parts of the level in real time.
That is so weird looking. It
Yeah,
almost looks like you can walk into that.
it looks more like a portal.
Yep.
So you can hack into this to gain access to the cameras, or
You open the force door that's blocking Alpha. You either go, you either
Camera.
you either go round or you can hack.
It
Well,
might
not
be worth
hack, but-
redesigning this room slightly
Mm.
because
I'm
as
gonna
it-
write that down. What do we want to call this room? The
the secret security basement.
Someone says if you double click that, it'll go full screen in normal resolution.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you double click the lights. As long as you're not moving too fast, you can. Yeah. Really cool idea. Same with this one.
It's now
Oh,
the
that's
secret.
cool.
It's the secret security dungeon.
okay, we'll know what that means.
Actually, I believe there was a bug in this version of the game where you could look through those monitors and shoot people. I recall that being a bug. I never tried it, but I heard about it plenty of times.
Sounds like a feature.
I'm gonna try it right now. No.
You need a gun first.
I got my dart
You're on
gun.
the pipe.
Yeah, get him. Shoot him.
Can't.
Oh,
Oh,
that would have been the coolest thing ever.
that wasn't a bug. It was a feature.
I love the speaking of this, the dart gun. I love the sound that it makes when you hit people. It's like black, black, black.
Oh my god, why? Why have we got a sound designer? Why don't we just record Steve?
Oh.
I would love to do that, like a sound pack where basically I
Secret
just
version.
add everything.
Ouch.
Quack, 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 quack.
Hopper. I forgot about the hopper.
I forgot about hoppers in general.
Oh, chat never lets us forget about hoppers. They bring it up almost every time.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm gonna,
god.
I'm gonna design the hoppers, make them amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what it's come to, huh? Me going no hoppers too. I'm just gonna design and put it in.
Yeah. Nobody tells Steve. He'll find out when the game ships.
That's
There is
such
a
a
really-
practical.
Wolfenbach
It's a
says,
technical-
oh.
Sorry, Callie?
I was gonna say Wolfenbach just said Steve's the new Michael Winslow. Just trying to relate that information to you.
Oh, good. Oh, I can see it. Rob did a really cool redesign of the hopper. Actually, he did a great concept of one.
Really?
Yeah, so go for it.
I'm gonna look that up.
See what I
Have
care.
the word.
I won't rest until we have a plant mutant running around.
Plant mutants
Only
are
if
gonna
it's
be fun.
like the one in Noctropolis. He's peak performance plant mutant.
You were talking about hoppers, weren't you, Matt?
Oh, I just said they're such a practical enemy.
Matt's always talking about hoppers.
I love hoppers and the roller skates.
So we've got our first, this door is broken beyond repair. We could add extra rooms here to like flesh things out a little bit, because there's nothing technically behind that space. So that could easily be made into another room.
There
Okay.
actually is. There actually is. I was talking about it on stream last night. Behind that room is the radioactive trench, but it's about 3 floors down.
Yeah.
So I was actually gonna. I didn't want to do it on stream because it was going to destroy the light maps. But yeah, I'm actually going to be working on that today, just to maybe add like a small box in there that you can just have some additional detail.
Those would be really good places to put the backer logs as well.
Oh yeah.
You lucky backers. Get to be in the game.
And I like that skull just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, he looks like Murray from Curse of Monkey Island.
Oh,
Can we put that in as an Easter egg? One of those skulls has to be Murray.
you
Nope.
you double click on him a few times, his name changes from Skeleton to Murray.
Or he says a line from Monkey Island. That'd be cool.
You have to put his head on a pike.
Medical report. 4 cases of the mystery virus were reported today. There have been increasing rumours that this whole mess is a result of a screw-up in the experimental biolabs. If it's true, then why the hell are they telling us anything that could help us cure the victims? My first patient, who came in 2 days ago, is starting to display unsettling physical deformities. Furthermore, he is not responding to any conventional treatment. I'll consult with Dr. Stackhouse tomorrow. I know she has 2 patients in a similar condition. So here's where we find out that almost everyone's effectively getting sick.
I mean, you could
everything goes wrong.
You could just converse there now. You still have her head in your inventory.
That's true. Ground it up and put it in the test tube.
PC game guy, yeah, Mort from Planescape. What are some? And this is totally off topic. What are some other like famous video game skulls? Oh, we gotta have Manny Calavera, of course.
Yes. I was going to say Mort, but obviously he beat me to it. Famous skulls.
Because there's so many skulls lying around, it's like we might as well give them all a name, right? So some of them will have backer names attached to them.
First instance of a Vmail when you click on here. General station status. Downloaded report from satellite number 9. Not rocket number 9.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that too.
Anybody who gets that reference
Gets a cookie.
gets a cookie. So, station status ecopods 3 remaining, life pods 98% jettisoned, which the player reads that and goes, ooh, there's some life pods available. Although you never actually see any other life pod bays, you only see the 2 that you have to go in. But yeah, and where the station is, sat in orbit. Everything is hunky-dory.
Hawkline mentioned Senthgus had heaps of skulls.
Heaps of skulls.
Heaps.
It did. There's a store in Portland where you can buy a real human skull.
What?
I was actually talking about the laws behind purchasable human body parts last night. Because
You guys have the best facts.
I just was I forgot the guy's name, but we were just talking about it last night about this guy that was really into like 80s new wave goth that had a shop in LA selling human body parts, but he was telling people it was fake, but they were real.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
What does he say when they find out that they were real? It's just a prank, bro.
Whoops.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Everyone makes mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thermos is empty. Never mind. We've got personal access card for Nathan Darcy, so we can get into his office.
You know what? I'm actually feeling like animating the hopper realistically could be something of a personal challenge for me.
Hmm. And a spark beam. Yay.
All right. Is this the first time you get the spark beam in
Yes.
the original?
Well, it's the first time you are guaranteed to find it. Yes, you can find it randomly on corpses and enemies, but this is the first guaranteed time that you can find it.
I mean, you can find it in the healing suite on one of the corpses.
Do you think there was any particular rhyme or reason in the weapon placement and the weapon progression in this game? I mean, you definitely get better, stronger weapons later on in the game, but
Yeah. I think there is. Because there are a lot of weapons in this game.
yeah, there's a ton. That's a big design thing that we need to discuss, like off stream, obviously, about which weapons are going to make the cut, because some of them are kind of superfluous.
A lot of them are very samey.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, quick audio log there from Darcy saying how you can stop the laser from firing on Earth.
I feel like I know someone that looks like him.
I think that's supposed to be Doug Church. I think.
I mean, not him, but I meant like
Well, yeah.
someone else.
Hmm.
He looks like the dude from Cloud City with that thing around his head. But that thing is his hair.
Oh, wow.
You know what
I
I'm talking
think
about?
It was 28 years ago. I'm sure he has less hair now.
He kind of reminds me of Homer Simpson a little bit, actually.
Oh.
He kind of looked like if the voice actor of Homer Simpson and Homer Simpson like combined.
yeah, I see it.
Wow.
You mean kind of like if, what is it, Matsumura Heavy Industries and the other company combined to create Fishbulb?
People in chat are a little bummed about the idea of cutting weapons.
How many weapons are there in the original game?
There are. Oh,
There's like
goodness.
25 or something.
Yeah, there's over 20.
Because we wouldn't want to cut many, but some of them are so similar, we'd want to make them more different, make them more unique.
Yeah. Like if we could get it, I mean, classic FPS standards are like 1 is the pipe, 2 is the gun, 3 is the shotgun, 4 is the machine gun,
Yeah.
5 is the
Rocket launcher.
rocket launcher.
6 is the minigun, I guess.
Yep.
Maybe.
7 is like,
Plasma gun.
yeah, like an energy weapon.
Yeah. 8 is
8
the
is,
cerebral ball.
yep. 9 is like the BFG.
What do you think about shotguns? I feel like the game is missing one.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
think it would be nice to add a shotgun into the game.
Like
PC
40 years
game
later,
guy.
you get a
But
shotgun.
what
and
I
System
what I
Shock
mean
2.
is, or what I was thinking is the weapons in System Shock. There's a lot of just standard ballistic rifles and stuff that are all really similar,
Mm-hmm.
and we could like swap one of those out for a shotgun, swap another one out for something else.
A space shotgun with blinky lights.
Yeah,
Yeah, like in System Shock 2.
we can have a space shotgun that like fires glowing confetti.
Excuse me, sir, the space shotgun in System Shock 2 did not blink.
Or maybe it should have blunk.
That would be really cool. If, like
Blunk.
Blunk is definitely a word.
It should have blunk. So were those the canisters that are going to freeze the enemies that we can then shatter?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Matt.
We're gonna have walking characters on wall. And have freeze tech. We're gonna have it all. Don't worry.
Ambient temperature zones, please.
Yes.
Can we have it so that you can get a mop and you can like go around and clean up all the blood and make the place look all shiny again?
Yeah.
There's another whole
We're
game
also
for
gonna
that.
we're gonna make it like Minecraft too. You'll be able to pick up blocks and build
Oh
little
yes,
forts.
good.
Full crafting.
Oh, this is the little room that I like. The weird little tree room.
Oh yeah, yes.
The little relaxation lounge. So me and Rob were talking about putting a big display at the back of that lounge that has like a wonderful vista on a display, so that when
Yeah.
people can sit in there and pretend that they're somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Okay, write that down.
Yeah, put a few
I mean,
benches
we've
here.
already got it in concept.
Mm.
Oh, write it down anyways.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I want to talk about that the space shotgun thing. I think it would be really cool if there were like little mini tracers in the shell, like when it shot out.
Definitely. So you get like a Fletcher kind of
Yeah, and then
sparks
they were
fly
like
out.
they were glowing. Yeah, that'd be
Especially
sweet.
with our fog, and they go flying through the fog. That's gonna look super nice.
Oh
Yes,
Excuse me,
please.
sir. We already have a flèche rifle.
I'm just thinking, Nate, you got me thinking of the flat cannon from Unreal Tournament. I'm like, oh my god.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Yes.
Yep. Put it in the
Cannon.
game. It's done. Approved. Ship it.
You know, in all seriousness, like the flèche rifle actually probably is the shotgun. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, we can have two different things.
It's not even really a rifle, even though it's called one. It's like really short and stocky. It looks like a damn space shotgun from the side.
I don't know what to call that little area. The nature relaxation area.
The Tranquility Zone.
Oh,
Mini
that's a
grove.
good one.
That's where you should find Space Hippie's head.
Tranquility
yeah.
Grove.
Wait, so which Daniel, which items can you destroy when you shoot them? Everything?
You can destroy pretty much everything except for audio logs. Some corpses can't be destroyed for some reason. Not sure why, but I think you can. Yeah, you can destroy ammo.
Okay. I need to add HP to all the items.
Destroy monitors as well, hanging around the station.
If you've ever watched Daniel play through System Shock, he basically gets the spark beam and just disintegrates everything.
I liquidate everything here.
Yeah, he bounces it around and then blows it up.
He's cleaning the cleaning up the space station.
Mhm.
I would like to say that it would be really cool if you could liquidate everything with the spark beam, but or if you just overpower something, and it should look like in Star Trek, like Star Trek 5, when they shoot the Klingons and they just go and they just kind of like phase out of existence.
They vaporize.
I
Yeah,
think we should
yes.
do it the Doctor Who style and have the screen go inverted colors.
Speaking of which, remember in the Unity demo, you could shoot the pipes in Pipe World and then blood would start spraying out?
Oh god. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, that was a bug that I hounded Howie on about for at least a week. That's
That
fun.
sounds cool.
Can
It
you
was
depressurize?
awesome.
Well, I guess we could have some pipes that are carrying blood. I'm sure.
I'm sure
Shodan
Shodan.
has a use for it.
I was gonna say Shodan's probably gonna use for that stuff somewhere.
Blood for the blood god.
Biological systems monitor, so I can see my health levels in a completely different way for some reason, but also my fatigue, which is actually kind of useful.
Oh man. So I haven't seen Star Trek Discovery yet, but there's a scene on YouTube just called Deadly Phaser Battle where people are just getting evaporated. It's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, you should totally watch. It's a great show.
That's fake. That video.
It's it's fake.
They're not real phasers.
Seriously, Steve, give it a watch sometime.
But it's fake.
Yeah.
Why'd you blow up
As in not
Althea's head? You killed her. I mean, she was already dead, but you could have carried her head as memory. You monster.
Ooh,
Oh, I
you know
remember
what's
this.
another cool scene is in I think Star Trek 1, the motion picture. There's like they're using teleporters and like they're having these malfunctions and people are just like getting caught, just evaporating. We need good reference of people just being obliterated, I think.
They actually turn into like a mutated puddle of flesh.
Yeah.
Did anyone here
cool.
play much of Crusader No Regret? Because you got like a microwave gun, and when you killed people with it, they kind of dropped into a bunch of fleshy blobs and splattered on the floor.
Yeah, microwave gun was fun.
Uh-oh, somebody asked about the RTX.
I
ray
knew you were
tracing
gonna.
tech.
Yeah, here we go.
We're not going down that
tech
one.
is
That would be
interesting.
too distracting right now. We have a mission.
Yeah, we have a mission. I need to at least, yeah.
Cool. People have uploaded every scene of every movie that I can think of. Here's the transporter accident. I will share this with our lovely Twitch chat.
What's around this corner? It's a repair bot. Zap.
So
Zip zop.
I think we should just have this like Chris, if you want to design like a shader effect that we can just apply to things when they get disintegrated, that'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
I've already put some thought into that for the weapons and stuff.
All right.
We can combine it with a particle effect. So as they disintegrate, a whole bunch of particles drop down and just kind of spark on the floor.
Ooh, I like it.
Have we seen any areas of the station that we'd like to kind of expand upon yet, or create some nice views into space or anything like that yet?
I think the first one, the major one on this deck, you're actually quite close to it, and it's the large
Yeah.
area with all the bodies.
Yes.
I'd say that's the main one that we should expand out. That I feel like that room should be the, we had the Saturn room where you could look out and see the planet.
Yeah.
I feel like this room would be better suited for that view because the
Well,
room
in
that we
the
used before was in like a very small kind of engineering area, whereas this one's more of an actual.
it is, but remember in the Unity demo, it's like our space background rotated, so every window was basically a view into Saturn.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one would be better to be expanded into an actual viewing
Yeah, oh yeah,
area.
yeah. I agree with that.
Just
With
imagine.
chairs and stuff.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
imagine like the light of Saturn, like coming through
Yeah.
this window, kind of just illuminating the room and
Mm.
seeing all these
It's so-
bodies. when
It'll
you
be
come
so
in.
beautiful. Yeah, you just a bunch of dead corpses and look at Saturn.
Mm.
I'm
It'll be
thinking that the
glorious.
other areas, like where you've got the tiny little windows in like the engineering areas, we can have what are almost like little portholes, which are all misted up, and you can't see through them very well, but you can see the space outside.
Yeah.
That was the whole philosophy behind that first Saturn room. It was like the room where that is in the original is like a tiny little square with a couple of white specks outside. And I was like, let's just turn this into like a room where you can just sit and smoke
Definitely.
a joint.
Well, that's what I think we should do with this room, which has all the bodies in it, because it will be much more relaxing with bodies everywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. We were codenaming this the corpse room.
The mausoleum,
Yeah, the Rob Zombie room.
the room of 1,000 corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Wowie zowie.
Well, oh, this is the room coming up right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the room. Yep.
See,
This is
I
it.
like the room design, but I feel like why would there suddenly be a little relaxing view out into space in the middle of all these pipes?
Yeah, why not?
Like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go and get some lunch in the viewing room, right at the back of engineering.
Yeah. See, yeah, this one thing, this inspired the Saturn room, that little square.
The
Yeah.
tiny little square.
Yeah, it really did.
It was cool though.
It's really
And
nice
it-
of you to clean everything up, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
Plus, it added that really big moment from the beginning where that was like the first time you realized that you were actually on a space station too.
Mm.
So it had to
Yes.
be big.
I mean, the issue is that we can't stop the player from going to different places first.
Right.
That does make it tricky, doesn't it?
Mm.
But just put viewing rooms everywhere. I mean, why
I
not?
mean, as long as we make every time you see space an interesting thing
Well,
in
we
some
we could
form.
script it. We could script it so whichever window you encounter first, Saturn is
You
there.
just throw a grenade at him.
Yeah.
Nice.
He fall down, go boom.
You do.
He do.
I feel like there should be a secret door there.
This makes no sense to me. Why would you crouch down to open this door and you find out the door is kind of locked, only to be opened by a switch all the way over here? Doesn't
Logic.
make any sense.
Because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll make the player crawl around on their hands and knees.
I feel like that's like one of the only round textures in the whole game. You can see how
I
pixelated
need
it is.
to, I've just noticed an issue here.
Ooh, that seemed like a good idea, Daniel. Throw a grenade into a room full of explosives on a spaceship.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
This is a cool moment in the game. So once you come up here, there is kind of like a little trigger at this point. So when you get to this point, you see a cyborg drone walking past. He's kind of patrolling this corridor. If you haven't encountered a cyborg drone yet, it's kind of really cool to see them patrolling, and they can't see you from back here.
Oh yeah, this is a cool. Yeah, Chris, you want to take note of this space because this would be a really good, a nice area to redesign slightly, just so that it's a little more dramatic.
What would you call this area? And what I might do is get a top-down map at some point and actually like make some notes.
Because whenever I got to this point, it was always like you were almost in a prison cell because of the skeleton on the ground. Like you were looking from the other side of prison bars almost.
Hmm.
But this would be a cool area to check out.
So this area that we're in right now,
It's
this
essentially the end
section-
of Pipe World.
this section here, I think it would be quite good if we made it more like a series of vents and machinery that you have to climb through. So when you finally get to these gratings, rather than these big gratings that are an entire wall, you're kind of looking out from venting in the wall. That it would make more sense why they don't see you, and it would feel kind of cool that you're like spying on an area you haven't yet reached.
Yeah.
Oh, chat is talking about saves. So I just want to ask a quick question to chat. What do you like better, checkpoints or manual saves?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like a combo.
Manual
People are
saves.
saying manual.
Because
Yeah.
the save system, and if you mean combination of both, I don't really know.
Well, having
Um,
checkpoints, but also have the ability to like save on your own. Because you know how some games have like quick saves that they do manually. I mean, not manually, automatically. When you hit certain areas, just in case you die or something happens.
We
you
should
can go
have
back to
a
that quick save.
hardcore mode with no saves as well.
That's
Right,
what
because
Derek Laughlin says. Disable manual for harder difficulty.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because the save system right now supports manual saves, but we have to do some work to get it so all the states of all of the interactables and enemies can be restored in a way
I
that
feel
doesn't
like
break the game.
we could have the game auto save when you use a lift, when you use an elevator, quite
That's a good
easily.
idea.
Like every time you go to a new deck,
Yeah.
that might be the best way to do auto saves.
Excuse me. Does this elevator work even if you haven't finished the puzzle at the top? If you
Yes.
access it from the bottom?
Yes, I just did it then.
I thought so.
No, so you can come back. When you come back into this room, you find that things have spawned in the room, which is
So
you
for
know
spawning enemies, I'm thinking it would be quite good to have like objects that we can place in the level which work as spawn points. So like a vent or something that the player can't access in the wall, but mutants can climb out of it.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to worry too much about we could even spawn enemies while the player is there, because it would be quite a neat thing to see it climbing out of a panel in the wall.
Yeah, there's actually no cooldown on the surgery machines, which I find interesting. You could just keep using them over and over and over and over.
Yeah, that isn't the case with the the power stations though. But it's that is the
Yeah, I
case
found
with
that a little bit
this-
weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to think about how we're doing the lighting in that room. Because you can turn it on and off.
Oh yeah.
I like
mean,
this
it's-
room. I really
Yeah.
like the feeling of this area.
Another view into space.
Matt, you
I
just
think it's-
blast everything, don't you?
Yeah, it's easier than just opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know how engineering has quite a dark orange tone? We could
Yeah.
probably use some of the same tile set to build this area out a bit more.
I think Daniel should get his own achievement at this point. Daniel the Disintegrator.
Disintegrate.
Destroy
like-
every item on Citadel Station.
Oh, what a grenade throw.
Someone's talked about the medical unit health restoration cutscene. I have a feeling that maybe it felt really awesome, but maybe we could speed it up for for the uses after the first time. There's ways that we can like cut it down and make it as snappy as possible without losing it entirely. So I really like the little cutscene you get when you use the surgery machine.
In the Unity demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. We actually had talked about that in the Unity during the Unity demo development. Like if we wanted to have it like shortened the second time or second and beyond time you use it. But I mean, I think it would be good just to have that be slightly faster. Because it was really cool. Like, if we had little surgery arms and stuff working on you,
That'd be
it's so
awesome.
cool.
Flip a switch and make the converter a surgery unit again. With only 12 of us left, though, it may be an academic point. Maybe someone else should have been leader.
So, yeah, Althea tells us about the conversion chambers, and we have to look for a room marked with the word here. It's kind of the first, it might be the first little kind of interesting bit of environmental storytelling in the game. You have to look for a specific word and see what's gone on in the area. I always like the name of this audio log. It's from Kirby.
Kirby. Ba-da-ba.
Is there anything done already from the prior incarnation of this remake remaster that was already implemented that you'd like to bring over to this one? We have lots of little tech features that we're just gonna bring over. Like, for example, the save system's already done. But was there anything else anybody liked about the? I like the intro cutscene from the Unity demo. Like, we should probably have it so you wake up. Yeah, we've also made changes to how the interactables, so that there's little green lights on them, and yeah, there's lots of little things. But as far as large things, I don't think we've decided on exactly what we're gonna keep from the Unity demo.
Someone's asking if we're gonna have an auto map like thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna the mini map and large map for the auto map. Those there's gonna be two different versions. There's a 2D orthographic version like in the original, and then there'll be a 3D version as well. and it still reveals like a shroud-based system, like in the original, a grid shroud-based system.
I think rather than where we can, rather than building very controlled scripted events, it would be good to design the enemies and their behavior in a way that kind of encourages the player to put themselves in events that could feel scripted. If that makes sense. If you get what I mean. Like we can do
Example.
nice little animations and stuff like so when enemies open doors, the mutants for example are quite tall. They're gonna be they're gonna have to squat a bit as they come through doors, and I want to make it so they can put their hands on the door frame and stuff. So if you hear a mutant and the door opens, a mutant comes through, it's gonna look like a scripted sequence because the mutant's gonna lean down, bring themselves through the door and stuff. But that's just the way that we will have set them up to go through doors every time, and that kind of mentality when designing the enemy movement can help to kind of make the game feel like a lot of the things that happen are scripted. Even
Right.
though
Well,
the player can move through in all these different ways.
right. Well, for example, the serve bots in the Unity demo, lights to them, but they didn't have a little beam light, and I wanted to add it so that when they turn on their lights, when they aggro on you, they have a little beam light they flash on you, which makes it seem a little bit more like scary and cinematic.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing. Like we just need to think of clever ways because we can't really predict the path
sequence,
the player's
yeah.
going to take. To actually get a decent number of like scripted things in there, we'd have to start limiting the player's movement, which we really don't want to do. We want to keep it as it was in the original game. So thinking about ways to make the enemies feel more cinematic will get a lot of mileage out of that.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what I was talking about with the view of Saturn. We could just make it so that like whichever room you enter first, Saturn is there out of the window, and they could play the music.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
It would just be a case of rotating the background to the right place.
We did that with the Unity demo. Like we didn't have to like rotate it, but we made sure that Saturn was there. We froze the rotation until you actually got to that room.
Oh, that's cool.
Radioactive trench in beta. This room, I don't know if we wanted to make changes to this room. We probably are because it doesn't physically make much sense.
Isn't there like a wire puzzle thing next to on that slanted?
There is, but you can literally run over this ramp and get over there anyway.
That's funny.
Huh.
Like that. Didn't really think it through.
Maybe they
Or did they?
Yeah, maybe they liked that. They were just like, you know what, that's cool, let's just leave it.
Yeah, probably.
Which I think is a mentality we should have. We don't want to over-design things.
Maybe one of the level designers was like really into the X games at the time.
Oh my God. That makes sense.
I love the X games. They should bring that back.
How do these floor surfaces work?
You touch them, you get radiation poisoned.
We're gonna need to come up with a neat design there. Maybe some kind of radioactive fluid.
The floor
Yeah,
is
like
lava.
like running underneath.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, and like we could make it so like the protection that used to be in place is just been disabled or something.
Maybe like there's just cracks in it and stuff, and it's broken, and we can use a nice flow shader to have it all flowing through.
Like reactor coolant removal or something.
Yeah,
that would make sense. Those are cracked though. Look at that. I didn't notice that at first.
Are.
But I do like the it's like a harlequin pattern. So weird.
I like the little staticky. I assume that's the radiation causing
Yes.
lines across the screen.
I think we had it so in the Unity demo, the less health you had, the more staticky the screen was.
I thought you were falling off for a minute when you did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only when you took damage, but having it like kind of persistent is cool too.
I think that we should have Shodan hack your implant and the game turn into ASCII art.
Wow. Yeah.
Now we've got to get to the bridge and stop Showdown. Some of us want to go to the flight deck and escape instead.
We'll just make the game like
Oh,
scrap
got a
what we
half
got and make
open.
Dwarf Fortress.
Got a half open door.
Combination 705 from a security officer. We're gonna try for tomorrow.
Dwarf
Is that a
Fortress.
hiccup? Was that a hiccup?
It was a
And then, like,
hiccup.
Somebody.
very faint.
Wait, did somebody
Dang
mention
it.
Dwarf Fortress?
I did.
God,
RimWorld is really cool too, actually. It's a lot like Dwarf Fortress.
Oh, I wanted RimWorld.
The graphics are a little bit corny looking, but
Yeah.
it's a really good game.
I played a little bit of it, but I don't own it. I was playing it at someone's house.
This area that Daniel's in right now is gonna look crazy when we finish the art for it.
Yeah, it is. And just
Because
a
I'm
throbbing
planning
light.
to use similar systems as you'd use to create vines in a forest section in a game to build wires and stuff. So this area here is just going to be full of electronics and wires hanging down and all kinds of things. So that should
To somebody, yeah, I really like the look of Farm Answer. Sorry, I just had to say that.
I like how all the lighting is just kind of fading in and out.
yeah. Oh, I see some nice textures down there.
And I'm stuck on the
These,
floor. There we go.
I just posted on our Discord channel that these walls remind me of the album cover for Anima by Tool.
Yes, I can see that.
It's probably where they got the idea. They stole it from System Shock, no doubt.
Was that
yeah.
even out yet, though? Oh, you mean the album took?
Yeah. No, they were
Oh,
probably
definitely.
recording it. What a great album. I want to have Tool do a track for us. Why not?
That would fit, actually.
Or Rage Against the Machine.
Nine Inch Nails. There's actually some tracks in the game that sound just like Nine Inch Nails songs.
Daniel, are you leaving a corpse?
Oh boy.
You're getting lazy. You missed one. You missed a spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's do an achievement where if you destroy every corpse, we'll just call it Viscera Cleanup Detail, just like that game.
Daniel cleanup detail.
Yeah.
Oh, here they come.
Oh god.
Wow.
And my weapon is getting too hot.
Uh-oh. Yeah, when that happens, we should have the gun like sizzle and have some
Definitely.
stuff come out of it.
That wasn't Hiccup.
That was.
There we go.
Can
now
we make it
now
so
it's
that
doing
if the
it.
gun is overloading and the player tries to change the weapon fire mode, they burn their fingers? They still change it, but they go like like shake their fingers.
That would be cool.
I'll just do a second animation for it.
So it didn't do it on the first load of corpses, but these corpses are affected by the grav lift. So yeah, I was right. Even corpses are affected by gravity. This is a cool little trap room, involving a lot of false doors.
Interesting.
So you get to this point, and the door behind you locks. And yeah, you can't get out of here until you destroy the camera.
These diagonal walls, I have a feeling that the way that it's positioned like that is because they can only build their walls in a grid or in a diagonal across the grid squares.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
So when we update this, rather than having these angled walls, we'll probably just do indents with the computer stuff in them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be better. Kind of like that area, or
Well, we'll probably have a special little setup so that it's like these small indents that you can see all the computery stuff in. I feel like the computer designs, especially the consoles and stuff in this, have a very kind of aliens kind of look. Lots of little blinking lights and stuff. So those little hidden away areas could look really nice with all the colored lights and things reflecting off everything.
yeah, I agree.
There's a big face on the wall.
Yeah, did someone take the time to like actually draw that face there? Also, I'm here.
Hello, Matilda.
Hey.
Here for like the last 15 minutes or whatever it's gonna be, but hey.
Oh yeah, in about 5 minutes we'll be hitting our 2-hour mark.
I love that robotics icon, by the way.
What is it for?
Beep boop.
Beep bop.
Here.
Just
It looks like
Robots are here
yeah.
with little blue hats.
He'd be
It's not a hat. That's like a floppy disk rammed into his head.
Oh,
but it looks
used
like a
as a hat.
It's very interpretive.
One thing can be two things.
that is a very blue fez he's wearing.
It is a fez, that's what it is. And it also looks like he has like either monkey jaws or you know those like ventriloquist dummies? That's what his mouth looks like.
Kinda.
Gabbo.
Right, we
Gabbo.
should send all of this feedback to Rob.
What's Aladdin's monkey's name?
Abu.
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 I'm sorry, Rob.
You won't tell him.
You're in
Or
trouble.
will we?
How do you get into that area? Oh, okay, you just open the door. That works.
Yeah, opening doors is effective for getting into new places.
Oh, we have a medical chamber.
Oh shit. There's another one.
Yeah. Well, that's good because I worked really hard on that. I thought it was only going to be in one room.
I think you still need to model the back of that, don't you?
I do. I need to do the
Yeah.
inside, the bed, and the robot arms and such.
It's gonna look so cool now. It
We should
already
probably
looks
have
super
it-
cool.
Go far enough back so that the whole bed can fit in there, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a human shape.
The gingerbread preparation chamber.
The necklace gingerbread
Yeah.
preparation chamber. Honestly, I think it should be shaped like that anyway. I love the shape of it.
It reminds me of a starfish or something.
Yes. Oh my god, Patrick.
Patrick from
Yes.
SpongeBob room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, is that a nice big lever
He's
on
a
the...
starfish. He regenerates. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that...
I-
Do the chambers turn the player into a starfish? Is that something that we should add?
That's what's going on.
It's the first time you
Yes.
respawn, your brain is put into a starfish body. Because that's the only way they can regenerate you.
New
You
lore.
gradually turn into a starfish mutant. Because that's where they got their
Oh, we're
regenerative-
in the room now. We're in the room that you could spy through the wall.
Yes.
What?
I was thinking earlier that we should, if we do expand this room a bit, we should add almost like a diorama, so we have a cyborg walking around checking monitors. Maybe another one turning some knobs, one pulling some levers.
Yeah.
There you go.
The player can kind of look in there and go, "Oh, look at them doing things. They look so alive."
It's an Irish robotic head.
Gonna go get some power.
Ah, well, maybe if you didn't disintegrate everything you see.
Well, that's your opinion.
I mean, you're not wrong.
This is how you experience a game, Chris.
Yep.
You wreck everything.
Warning: fatigue levels high.
Tell me about it.
Everyone just agreed.
Oh, they don't look very threatening.
That's because they're sleeping.
No, that's actual. Oh, okay.
Oh, so these are actually like cyborg regeneration chamber things that should be on the sides.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we need to make those. We need to make those like glass tubes.
Definitely.
Oh, that's so
Jonathan
cool.
posted a picture of the Borg in
Yes.
their little chambers. That's what this needs to look like.
I want to have them with all these pipes in them, so that then when they wake up, they can kind of drop.
Oh, they have to yank the they.
Yeah, like they
They,
step
pull
forward and all
away
the pipes
from the-
come like popping out of their back.
Can we have a really gross juice coming out of the tubes?
Oh,
Can
definitely.
we have the tubes be dark and then you don't see them until you walk up and then they slam against the glass?
Yes. I think that we should put like gross fluids in as much of the game as possible.
Wait, sorry. What did you say? I was reading.
I said we should put gross fluids in as much of the game as possible.
But, hell yeah. Gross
You
juice.
wanna take some notes about that area real quick?
Ah, yeah.
Well-
Just write gross juice on a piece of paper.
Gross
Ah.
juice.
Well, there are two of those areas. I was just about to explore the other one.
Okay. What should we call this? Cyborg recharge area. I mean, it's
Daniel, you missed a
Come
secret.
on.
That's what I was trying to say. Someone posted in chat that he missed the secret, but then I
Yeah,
couldn't get
people
a
have
word
been
in.
saying it for a while.
I was trying to talk, but I was like, blah, blah, blah.
Which secret did I miss?
Sorry.
The one in the floor near the hacked energy door.
One in the floor. No, I got that one.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah. I did. I certainly did. So yeah, this is another area just full of sleeping cyborgs.
They're just sleeping.
Don't wake them up.
Okay, so some of them don't wake up. That's even scarier.
I mean, we could set it so that which cyborgs wake up is randomized.
Well, yeah, that's cool, but
Spooky.
they all wake up when you destroy the CPU node in the next area. That's where they all
It
come
would
from.
be spooky if one
Okay.
did all of a sudden wake up early. That would be cool.
That would be.
Yeah.
That's like just like in Star Trek. They go on the Borg cube, and as long as they don't mess with anything, the Borg just ignore them.
The cyborgs attack you right off the bat, don't they?
Yes. I'm just very
Would it
quick to
be
react to them.
interesting if, to begin with, nothing attacked you right at the start? Unless you attack it first.
Duncan
We
mentioned
have
it.
like a whole class. We've got the cyborg surgeons, and
Hmm.
they're supposed to just ignore you. But you come across them in rooms that are like where they're operating
Yeah.
on bodies and stuff.
Well, I was thinking up until like the first time you do anything that's a problem for Shodan.
I think it'd be
things
cool-
like the cyborgs could just ignore you. You'd still get attacked by mutants and such.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if the cyborg surgeons were like really intent on what they were doing. They're like really busy. I think that'd be really scary.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like they don't notice you because they're like operating or they're working on something or operating on a corpse or something.
That kind of thing is always really effective.
I'd
I
love to
still
have them-
like-
I'd love to have them look at the player and then get back to what
Right.
they were doing. So like they've definitely seen you. They just don't think you're Worth
Yes,
doing anything
that'd be
about.
awesome.
Yeah, you're not a problem yet.
So
Yeah, that stuff's always cool.
this area is the first area where Shodan kind of contacts the player. She just says, "Stay out of here. You are not permitted here. Leave now." Because she
Make
can
me.
see you from. I guess she's looking at her through a camera.
And yeah, no, that wouldn't make sense with the mutants. We're just talking about the cyborgs.
And
Yeah.
we have a
Only
robot.
the cyborgs would ignore you to begin with.
They've got jobs. Mutants don't have jobs.
Those damn mutants.
Those leeches.
And we have a robot here telling us to why lose us any business.
What robot's that?
That is the first encounter with a warrior.
Ah.
But his kind of like little sort of not the noise he makes, he just sounds like he's saying, "Why lose us any business?"
Why lose us any business?
Hmm.
What?
Once you hear it, you'll never unhear it.
Well, thanks in that case.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
we've now
no
heard
problem.
Shodan converted somebody from accounting.
So we
That room back there.
2-hour mark.
Eh,
How do you guys?
Sorry, well, I was about to say, we're nearly at the end of this level. We could just keep going
Okay.
until the end of this level, and then we could
Is that,
save
can
research
you
for
pop
another
back
time.
up to the computer room?
Yep.
The one that was in the corner.
Yeah, this one.
I think Atropos spotted this as well, but it's a very, very plain room. We should
There-
definitely upgrade it.
There are a number of rooms like this in this area that just have nothing in them, apart
Well,
from
we
these.
could make this room very much like because it looks like some kind of central processing area since it's just computers.
Yeah, it looks like a one of those supercomputer rooms.
We could make
Yeah.
it like Mother in Alien with just like all the flashing lights everywhere.
Ooh.
That'd be fun. Because this room isn't really used for anything, so it would be a good idea to have a little set piece.
No, yeah, there's another one a bit later on as well.
Oh, there you go. If we design it for that room, we can use the exact same one for another room, so that will save us some time as well. If we're going to design some nice fancy rooms, it's good if we can use it more than once. Rows of servers is a good idea as well. That's a lot of barrels.
Another warning from Shodan saying, "Enter that room and I will kill you."
Okay,
you
she's
too.
definitely not a friend of
Okay.
yours now.
So she hasn't been trying until now? Is that what she's saying?
Oh, you're gonna get your skates.
Got my turbo motion booster system, and I can go really, really, really fast. It's
I think
lots of
once
fun.
you put them on, the player's movement should be designed around how somebody moves when they're on roller skates. You're moving forwards all the time.
Mm-hmm. And a mini pistol, one of the most useful weapons in the game at this point.
What is the number on the wall?
Ah, yeah, this is interesting. So, now the game doesn't tell you this for a while, so you've got to be paying attention. But there's you can see numbers randomly appearing on the screens. That's part of the code to later blow up Citadel Station. So you get one piece of a 6-piece code from this CPU room. When you destroy the numbers, it will stop on a random number. I know what number this will stop on. It will stop on 5. But
Oh, is it the same
Yeah.
every time?
it is random, but there is a bug with this version of the game where the code is always the same. It is supposed to be random, but it's something that got missed while we were doing the enhanced edition. So, whoops, that will be fixed later on. Yeah, but the code is always 579539. Something that will be dealt with. So yeah, all the cyborgs that were asleep are now outside this room, waiting to attack me.
Hmm.
Could you
And-
have attacked them previously and killed them
Yes.
before they woke up?
Yes.
So you could strategically go around and slaughter them all in their beds. Sweet.
I think that if you do that, Shodan should have a go at you for it.
Not do
For
anything.
being
just
such a
be like-
horrible person.
yeah, just being like, dude,
They were asleep. You killed them in their
they, were
sleep.
asleep, they didn't do it.
Just guilt trip the player.
I think that's a good idea. That is me, yeah.
Apparently, some more do spawn, according to the third player.
Yes. There
Whether
are.
you
Yeah.
killed them all or not.
Yeah. Some will spawn. Yeah. Regardless of what you do.
You have power. That'll be from disintegrating all those corpses.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just grenade it. There we go. Oh, that only killed one. Yeah. There are a lot out here. Ouch. 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 No. Gun is too hot to fire.
I wonder if we'll see Daniel die in this stream.
Never.
Impossible.
He will
I
never
like the
die.
way that you you stopped to kill the corpses when there was still an enemy left. It's that important to you.
I have my priorities right, guys.
Daniel's not going to die on combat level 1, is he?
Probably not. Unless I do something really stupid like throw a grenade in my face. Just try and eat
Oh,
a
I've done that
grenade.
before.
Accidentally eat a grenade.
Yeah, we're not making it friendly speedrunner. We're going to randomize.
Yeah, we want to make it as difficult as possible to make the speedruns more interesting.
You have to have RNG on your side.
Yeah, the harder you try to make it for speedrunners, the more determined they get.
Hmm. Oh, these cyborgs have woken up. They're still stationary. That's weird.
Just starting my.
What a perfect day to begin.
The sun is shining
Somewhere. Being in space, we wouldn't know.
somewhere in space. The birds are singing.
I mean, the sun is always
Somewhere.
shining in space.
So every day is a perfect day.
Exactly.
Hmm.
There's no such thing as a cloudy day in space. Unless you're in a nebula.
Wait, aren't the days aren't the days the frequency, or wouldn't they be based on the frequency of the rotation of the station? So every day it's like a couple
Like
hours
20
long.
minutes or something.
Probably.
In space, everyone can see you smile.
Wow, that's so wholesome.
Very wholesome.
I think that we should have a we should have Shodan increase the speed that the station spins to pin the player to the outside wall.
Wouldn't that mess some of her shit up too?
I mean, she's getting pretty desperate by the end of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Just be like a fun fair ride though.
Again, this is another room that... Stupid door. This is another room with just effectively nothing in it. Could be made more interesting.
This is really the one of the longest levels, isn't it, Medical?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody was playing through the game and they hadn't played it before, they could have easily gone onto a different deck by now.
Yes.
Because there's nothing to stop you.
Email from Rebecca.
They're trying to jam transmissions. We have some new evidence about what happened. It looks as if Diego...
I prefer a quiet station. Thank you.
Apparently, if you don't destroy the nodes before you reach the elevator, then Shodan taunts you about at least she still has her nodes.
Yep. So many variables. Whoa. Where
Edward
did you come
Diego.
from? Ooh.
Edward Diego's been going around telling everyone to investigate his butt.
Classic Edward.
So many harassment lawsuits. Oh, Edward.
To all cyborg units, just as we have
sanitized my
domain of human infestation, so shall we cleanse the earth. The Tachyon mining is being made ready to
destroy human city.
I will take command.
You can get the laser to blow up the Earth, right?
Yes.
What? Didn't know that.
Can we get it so that you can escape on the life pod and then watch the laser from space blowing the Earth up?
Mm, if you're on the ultra bad ending.
Yeah, and then you're just left in space
Yeah.
in a
just-
life pod.
Slowly
and,
starving,
and-
crackling to yourself.
and then that's when the expansion pack kicks in, Return to Nepali.
Yes.
The expansion pack. You're afloat in space, you asshole.
I'm glad Chris
Nothing
got that one.
Wait, that's from Unreal, isn't
I
it?
am a
Yes.
big fan of Unreal.
Thank you! Yes, somebody got it!
I really liked Unreal 2.
I'm gonna puke.
I like Unreal 2, but Unreal 1 was better.
Yeah. And we got a lever that basically puts us back at the start again.
Yay! I've spotted 3 different lever designs.
Twist those knobs, pull those
Oh,
levers. But sir, we're still on our own planet. Silence.
So that's how you get back to this section.
Yep.
Needs more red spinning lights.
I came back here for some juice.
Okay, so we're gonna try and figure out how we can make it so that the corpses stay there. So that we can just have piles of corpses everywhere.
And this is the end of the level. That's it. We've done the whole thing.
Hey!
Hey.
Where's the elevator? Oh, there it is.
This huge expanse of a level.
That's I like that big yellow button as well. I'm trying to keep a track of all the interactables I'd like to do some art for, because right now we just have a couple of switches. And levers and switches and things don't take long to make, I just need to know of them.
Yeah. I need to carry around 4 spark beams at a time. Yes, I do.
What we need
23
is like a
meta packs. Jeez Louise.
Look at all that berserk you haven't used. Are you saving it for the sword?
I'm saving it for the start of next level.
Ah.
But we're going to have to wait until next time to find out what that is, aren't we? Or are we going to continue? I don't know. What's the plan?
It's 9:15 now.
It's 9:15.
It's time to wrap it up right now.
Yes. As much as we would love to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry.
We need to end so that Carly can eat.
At lunchtime, or way past lunchtime, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry.
All right. Cool.
This has been fun.
Yeah, we've hopefully, I can't see it myself, but hopefully we've got a lot of notes that we will go through and sort out. So Yeah.
Yeah, be sure to pop in there, Dan, and add anything that you want. Same goes with everybody else. If there's any last little things that you want to just keep in mind.
Oh yeah, everything needs to blow up. That's
Definitely.
that's my only note.
I'm gonna redesign all of the tiles to make them destructible.
Should be able to just like beam your way through a tile like right into space.
Yes.
And then you die.
We need like red faction style destructible levels.
Oh god, yeah.
Just like, mine your way through the middle of the station.
Carly, do you want to do a quick game giveaway? Hawkland66 is giving us guff.
Guff.
Oh. Yeah, huh?
Guff and sass.
Yeah, we
I
could give away a couple of
guess.
copies.
Let me
of
pull up
something.
Moobot real fast.
Yeah, he heard there was going to be free booze here, so.
I didn't get any of that.
Have some
I
of my
might start
strawberry
early
flavored
today.
water if you want.
Okay, so for people to enter the raffle, you know the deal. Exclamation point raffle.
know the
No Steve
deal.
entering.
I get to enter.
Never.
Tell me what I can't do.
So exclamation point raffle to enter.
What game are we gonna give away?
Let's give
What
away
is
a key
that?
for Forsaken.
Okay, everybody, enter the raffle.
Come on, come on, enter the raffle.
Free
He's just acting
games.
casual.
I will draw in 1 minute.
Oh god, what is that?
You
What
never
is
know.
Is it a Digimon? What is it?
No,
Oh,
it's
What's what?
basically Daniel's child.
That's
She
just
said
Daniel's,
Digimon.
that's Daniel's
It's
face.
nothing. It's he makes an appearance every once in a while. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
He's just like not acknowledging it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're at your mercy, Daniel. Show us more of your,
It has its own life.
It does.
show us
Yeah,
more of
you
your
can't control
plush
it.
dragon collection.
Okay, I'm going to pull a winner.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Wow. Of course, if you win, got another key.
What is it though? What is it?
All right,
Seriously.
I'm gonna draw a winner. Oh, I see you, Chris. You trying to win too? All right, I'm gonna draw. Drum roll, please. Like wow. And of course, it's Hawkland who asked.
No
for
way.
the raffle.
Ah. Rigged.
Wowie
It's
zowie.
rigged.
I'm gonna start a special council looking into collusion
What?
when free game keys.
Yeah,
This
can
is
we have
sus- this is
we need-
suspicious.
we need the SEC to look into this.
Carly's
look.
in on it. Carly's in
Look
on it.
how surprised he's acting. Wow.
I'm offended.
LOL. Can't believe I won after suggesting the giveaway.
That's why you always
So
ask.
rigged.
I'm chin stroking so hard right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stroking the
Who's
mustache.
Carly's the one calling the winner? Maybe there's something we need to
Yeah,
investigate.
Carly's in.
That's
I don't know what
They
you're
s-
talking about.
They split
I-
the Steam key 50-50.
I don't know. I think this conspiracy goes right to the top, Steve.
Oh no, he did enter himself.
He did.
All right,
Just to
let's
throw
Red
the
herring.
draw.
flame off.
Let's draw
Is
one
Hawkland
more.
really Steve? Is that what
Uh-oh.
we're
Oh my
doing?
god.
All right. We'll pull one more winner for
Guess
another.
we'll have to just
Forsaken
do another
key.
giveaway to make up for the collusion.
Daniel,
Yeah,
tell me what
Brandy.
it is.
All right, drum roll, please.
Wait, what key we're giving away?
We'll give one more Forsaken away.
Okay, alright.
Oh my god.
It's me!
no way.
What?
Oh, I don't believe it! What the hell?
This is
Okay,
so incredibly rigged.
It goes right to the top.
it does.
I told you. I told you.
Hawkland is Steve, confirmed.
Confirmed. All right, I gotta pull another winner.
What should be Hockland 666 again?
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna pull
no.
another. Uh, okay. When I put exclamation point raffle to show people what they did, I guess it entered me into the raffle, so I
kidding
won.
me?
A likely story.
Just
Nightdive
look.
Studios
Oh.
is
What is
I really have to draw again.
No. Play it as it lies, as they say.
All right. The real winner will be Milkopolis. I can't
Milk
say
Apocalypse.
the
Oh,
real
man.
This is a shambles.
Wow.
This is-
Wow. Rotten to the core of this company. Who runs this operation?
Yay!
Ooh. Well. Yeah. Cool.
So what deck are we doing next time?
It's gonna be research level 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, the next
Another.
one.
Which one
another
comes after 1?
2.
Don't give him the answer.
There you go. It's official. Daniel can count to 2.
Yeah. I'm the best. All right. And on that
I-
bombshell. Sorry.
Hmm?
What did you
No,
say?
it was just mimicking you. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. And on that bombshell, we'll call it a night there. So thanks, guys, ever so much for watching, all of you. This has been a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to set a date for the next one soon, I guess. Cullen?
Yeah, I'll announce on Discord probably first when we plan to do it, and then make sure to follow our Facebook, Twitter, our Twitch page, because you'll get the announcements of when we stream. And yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
All right, cool then.
Oh, elevator music.
Oh, elevator
Play it
music.
off.
Yeah, I can actually. Hang on. Think you guys should be able to hear that. And let me crank up the audio.
I swam to jump.
Do.
All right, play us out, elevator.
Play it out, elevator. You're done good. Bye, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Stay
Bye,
hydrated.
everyone.
See you later.